It's a Starbucks morning, by the
Is
way.
it a Starbucks? Oh, look at you, you high dollar fancy person. You, I
My
don't
friend
have.
Jessica bought it for me. I didn't even have to buy it for myself.
Oh, so you freeloaded off of somebody.
It's so good. It's just different. He offered. When people offer to buy you coffee, you should take advantage of it.
I wouldn't know.
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. I'm gonna have two devices going today.
That doesn't sound like a train wreck.
No, not at all. Oh, there you are. You just popped right up like you're special. Here we go.
Oh, hello. Good morning. Welcome in to Bacon in Your Mailbox on this Thursday, September the 23rd, 2021, show number 127. I am Greg Milby, community storyteller. That is Jana Clark, community admirer. And we are so happy to be with you today, as always.
Amen. Where did September go?
Where did the last bit of summer go?
Craziness. I almost had to put my wool cap and scarf on this morning.
Well, you may want to get that handy. Well, since we're already talking about it, you're Bacon in the Mailbox weather forecast today. Partly sunny and cool, 66 for the high today. Clear and chilly. Jacket idea tonight, 42. And then sunshine and 71 for Friday.
Isn't it funny that 66, partly sunny and cool? Like, to me, 66 is downright cold right now. But in a couple of months, 66 will be warm day. It cracks me up how we change how we talk about the forecast.
This how our body adjusts. Like yesterday, I was outside for a little bit and I had to go put a jacket on. Well, not a jacket, like a sweatshirt on, because it was like, what?
And the rain was a cold rain. You know, I think it was that first cold rain. I know sometimes in the summer when it rains, we get chilled, but yesterday felt like a fall rain to me.
Yeah. And then, so last Sunday I got out and mowed a couple of yards, which this time of year, I mowed my yard and our friend's yard, and allergies are bad anyway. And then when I mow a yard, I don't know why I'm not one of those guys that mows with a mask on.
Because you don't have a mask? Because you can't find one?
Okay. Yeah. That might have been a problem February of 2020.
Oh,
but now I think
there are more masks in my house than there are, I don't know, cans of soup. Like so many masks. Okay, sorry. So you didn't wear one, but you should have?
I think I should start wearing, like during that time of the year, like even now, you know, when it was dry and the grass and that, and then the rain moved in and everybody is all just weirded out when it rains. It seems like that just causes your body to, I don't know.
I know.
Get congested.
I did think the sun was pretty this morning because I like the sun when the trees are still green, because it was almost like the rain had washed everything clean. And then when the sun came up this morning, it was beautiful out. Like it was, I had this morning when the weather's nice, I tend to play music in the car louder. So like if the music is louder, I enjoy the scenery more. It's kind of like when I get lost, I turn the radio down.
And everybody does.
Opposite. I think it's the opposite effect of that.
All right, let's see what our bacon. Well, you know what? Before we do that, we got to say, I almost missed that. Good morning, Carter Blankenship.
Oh, we wouldn't have missed it.
Oh no, I can't forget that. I saw Carter on Sunday at church, and yeah, it was a good time. Hadn't seen him in a couple of weeks. It was good.
Aww.
Yay! More, Greg.
Got to get that redone. And I'm just envisioning it, all of our bacon nights are doing the exact same thing. As they're watching, they're just doing that.
I hope so.
That should be the thing.
I agree.
So it was good. Speaking of bacon nights, let's get to it and see who's posting this morning. Miss Morgan. There you go.
Happy fall, y'all.
Good morning.
It might be Morgan's anniversary. It's either today or it was Tuesday.
I can't remember which one it was.
Morgan. Yeah.
Either way, celebrate twice. There's JR.
Speaking of.
There's a guy that's got a busy couple of days coming up. Brian Dennis. I think the Lions Club Golf Scramble is tomorrow. And then, if I'm not mistaken, Matt Deneen mentioned that the Lions Club is fixing food for the concert tomorrow night, which we'll talk about in a bit. So,
Nice. Oh, they're going to have great weather for that too.
yeah. Another guy. It's been busy. Jason Basham.
Morning, friends.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg.
I was just gonna ignore that.
Not me. I'm
I
all
know.
over that.
And I figured you wouldn't. But yeah, Jason is heavily involved with the Vine Grove Bluegrass Festival, and we'll talk more about that coming up. And then they're starting a thing. I'll go ahead and mention this now: Food Truck Fridays.
Fun.
They're starting this week doing Food Truck Fridays from 11 until 3 between Red Hill Cutlery and Boundary Oak Distillery there in Radcliffe. You can go up there for lunch, and they're going to have different food trucks every week. So be kind of cool.
Very fun.
Yeah.
That's a fun Friday lunch outing.
Yeah. I even promoted that, even with his attitude like that. Kanata, it's actually the first full day of fall today. So you can say today is actually 100% fall. Yesterday, I think it was 3:21 in the afternoon.
Oh, so yesterday was really just like a half day.
Yeah. It was just when we decided to flip over. But boy, did we flip over.
We did.
Morning, Jay Hobbs.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah. Kim. Look at that.
I like your, see, she's got, I'm telling you, the sun was beautiful this morning. I think she's got a sunset and a sunrise, but I don't really know the difference, but it was pretty this morning.
I have not actually I don't know if it's daylight or not right now. I got up this morning, came downstairs and had a couple of project stuff to do. And then I got to running late. Shocker. Yeah. But I was still online before you were. So I technically wasn't late.
Yeah. Well, I had to thank my friend for bringing me coffee this morning. Thanks, Jessica.
That's good. Mine is getting low. I got a refill. So
this is some good stuff.
Update. Morgan says it was Tuesday.
Okay. That's not what JR said, but okay.
Yeah. You know what? Let's go with JR. So happy early anniversary.
Oh, anniversary week.
Yep. It's there. All right. So, how was the Wine Fest on Saturday?
Oh my gosh. Speaking of nice weather. So this was the weather before the weather we had for the last few days. The weather was perfect. So many people came out. The wine was good. The music was good. The food was good. It was all good. It was amazing.
That's what you want, right?
Yeah. I think it was a super event. I think it's getting big enough that we're going to I think they're going to have to add on to it. I think there's going to have to be more tents and more people and more vendors. It's getting to that point because, you need your event to get established, which it is. Mm-hmm. And then you need it to grow in order for you to be able to justify adding stuff to it. But I think we're kind of at that point, and I'm looking forward to what it becomes moving forward even.
Did they do the grape squashing thing this time?
If they did, I didn't see it.
Okay. I didn't get an invite, and I'm okay because I did that for 3 years, and I'm telling you, that's rough on a person.
Did you get stickers in your feet? That's what people always say.
No, it was like the grapes were really cold.
Oh.
And then when you get to going, and then you're in that bucket, and your heels end up hitting the edge of the wooden bucket.
Wow.
And yeah. I remember the first year it was Dennis Parrott and I went against each other.
Okay.
And that got physical. And then I think it was Jim Duplessis and I went against each other. And that got physical.
Fun.
The third year, it might have been Mayor Gregory. I can't remember who it was, but that got physical. So I think maybe that's me that's causing that.
I was going to say, no wonder. They probably had to discontinue that out of fear of what Greg Milby would do next.
And I lost all 3 times.
But it was super fun. It was a great event. Congratulations to the city events team who put that event on. Just tons of great work. The decorations were gorgeous. It was just so fun.
Well, good. I'm glad you were able to enjoy that. It looked a lot of fun.
It was nice.
We were up in Indiana at Jennifer's grandmother's 90th birthday party.
Listen, I saw that. How much fun was that? And she does not even look 90 at all.
No, man, it was loud though.
Oh, everybody's talking loud to her?
And everybody. You know what? When you go to those events and all of a sudden somebody gets louder and then somebody over here wants to be able to be heard, so they get louder. And the room is echoey anyway. And the next thing you know, it gets to a level, I'm like, I can't handle any more of this. I got to walk outside for a few minutes.
I'm usually the loud one to start with. So yeah.
So, but it was a lot of fun, good times. So,
Good.
I was at Cow Days on Saturday. It was good. We had a good time with that. So,
Fun. Did you enjoy a cow patty?
No, I did have, it's called Better Burger.
Oh,
I don't know. It was some restaurant that used to be in Columbia, Kentucky. The guy was telling us about. Really, what I equated it to was like a Leahy burger.
yum.
And it was on a food truck. So this guy had the recipe. So James Hummel and I were like, man, we're hungry. Before we head home, you want to grab like a burger or something? We're like, okay. I haven't talked to James yet to find out, but my truck smelled like BO for 2 days. How did they do that? Because, Leahy's, you can't sneak into Leahy's in Hodgenville for lunch and then go back and people will be like, oh, you were at Leahy's.
That's hysterical.
I don't know what they put in the beef. I don't know what it is, but you smell like Leahy's for a while.
That's funny.
This Better Burger.
Yeah.
Halfway home, I pulled over and at a gas station and threw the wrapper and stuff away.
Oh.
It stayed in my truck. I go all the way to Indiana that afternoon. It still smells in my truck.
You might check underneath the seat. James may have left you a present.
I've looked everywhere. I've done everything but send it off to get detailed. But I think I've got it figured out. I put a bourbon air freshener in it.
Oh, nice.
So now I'm going to get pulled over and you'll see me on the side of the road doing the walk.
Now you're going to be walking on a straight line beside your car in the middle of the night.
Let's see. Brian says he has a busy weekend. Yeah. A lot going on. And then there's my dad.
Hey, Raj.
He's probably heading to camp to mow today, maybe.
Oh, well, hope it dries out a little.
Nah, doesn't matter. He'll go with it.
Doesn't matter.
And the legend Lamar Jones, thanks for checking in today. He's probably going to go play golf or something.
Probably, because he probably couldn't do that yesterday.
So we do have a lot of stuff going on this weekend.
I know.
If you love music, it's your weekend. So
it is your weekend. You can make a weekend of it.
So we'll start with high school football, though.
Look at you with your new high school football graphic.
Yeah, well, I had that because I put it on Kentucky's Heart, and I thought, well, why not? I'll use it. It's there.
Oh, you didn't create that just for me?
Actually, I created it before the show so we could use it on the show, so I get double use out of it.
Whatever.
Yeah, I created it for you, Jana. I did.
Thanks. That's a lineup.
Yeah, Valley at John Hardin, Fern Creek at Central Hardin, E-Town on the Road at Thomas Nelson, Boyle County at North Hardin, Fort Knox at Campbellsville, LaRue County at Bardstown, Meade County at Bullitt. So there's a plethora of games. Everybody's got an outside opponent today. Nobody local paying each other. So
I hope somebody asks me what time a football game starts Friday night, because I know the answer to every single one of them.
Well, I think that's right.
Ish, 7:30-ish.
Yeah, I went back. And I know Jay's all about it, and he loves that football. Still got the frog stuff. His sons, I saw, were both of his two youngest sons now that are playing at Central.
Yeah.
They're on the sack leader for the state. They're up in that rankings.
Stop it. Not one of them, but both of them. Double trouble.
Right. They probably saw Jay tackling bottles of bourbon out in the wild.
Maybe he's trained them.
And that's where they learn to track down a quarterback.
That's it. It. The nose knows.
Yeah. Hold on. Morning, Shirley.
You know what? For the record, I think that Shirley was actually saying good morning to me. And let me tell you why. I was in Bardstown at a football game last Friday night, and I hear this voice say, Jana, it was Shirley. I got to meet Shirley. So I think she was saying good morning to me and not you. Because now Shirley's my friend too.
Yeah, she is. I'm sure she is. I mean,
so her grandson plays on the same team that Will, my youngest, plays on. He's an upperclassman. Will's a freshman. But anyway, so we got to visit for a minute about football and about the show, and we got to say hello, and it was a great evening of football, and I got to meet Shirley. So she was super sweet.
But good.
I know.
I like Shirley.
Me too.
The Martha Stewart of Monterey.
The Martha Stewart of Monterey. What a title.
I just made that part up, but I've always said she's Martha Stewart. And like I've told you guys before, when we moved in that year, it was 4th of July weekend. And I'm like, great. There's that neighbor. Lives right up from us that decorates for every holiday. Makes us look bad.
That's right. It's Shirley.
But you know, my judgment was wrong because I like Shirley.
There you go.
So, and Shirley, yes, yeah, she's talking to you.
That's what I thought.
Fine, whatever. So we were at the birthday party, and one of Jennifer's relatives, or I guess technically my relatives too, was talking about watches the show.
Okay.
And we were in a group of people, and up there, I mean, they weren't really familiar.
Yeah.
It's funny when other people try to explain what this is. Because we've done 127 episodes and we can't explain it.
I mean, truly, I know.
So I just sat back for a minute and let her explain. And it was a lot about bacon. And I was like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. That's because it all comes back to bacon.
Yeah. You got it all there.
That's fun. So fun.
All right. So events this weekend. Now it all starts tomorrow night. Well, first of all, it starts tonight, Tavern in the Garden.
Yes.
It originally was going to be the last one, but they're doing a rain date makeup next week now.
Okay, good.
So tonight, the food truck is not a food truck. It's food. It's Wicked Eye Woman, and they've got a live band tonight, and the weather looks good, but take your jacket. So,
I mean, really, it's going to be perfect. You won't need a jacket that early. You might need it after the sun goes down, but come out and support them. The food will be delicious, and take advantage of it now that it's super nice out.
Now, if she has the brisket grilled cheese there, scoop that bad boy up. I
mean, stop it. Yeah. Oh.
And the little potato chip things they do with that dipping sauce.
It's like a pub chip kind of thing with some special sauce.
Yeah.
Special.
Man, it is good. It's good. Gotta be very careful with that. So that's tonight. And then tomorrow night is the last Emerald Cathedral Amphitheater summer concert of the season, which is a reschedule from August, but they're going to be cranking that out tomorrow night at Freeman Lake Park at the amphitheater. So
perfect. Again, so even though it's a summer concert series, it is still, I mean, I know we're technically into fall, but it'll be a beautiful night out there. Definitely sweatshirt weather when they start rolling out there by the lake. It will be fabulous, and the music will be so good.
Yep, kind of a rock style tomorrow night, and should be fun. I know Matt Deneen. I talked to him yesterday, and the videos at Kentucky'sHeartland.com. You can see it there, and we were just talking about it. And they're going to have lights along the path, but bring a flashlight if you want. As the show, when it's done, it's going to be dark. So
it will, yeah. But there'll be people, and everybody will be sure you get out fine. So just go out and enjoy. Don't let that hold you back.
Yeah. So that's a happening thing. And then in Vine Grove, the Vine Grove Bluegrass Festival, 22nd year of the Vine Grove Bluegrass Festival.
And listen, if you've never been, I know there's a lot going on, but you can make it to everything. Just stay a little while everywhere you go. It is some of the best bluegrass you've ever heard.
Even if you're not a massive fan of bluegrass music.
No, you don't have to be. Truly. Well, you should be. Let's be clear.
You will be when you leave. You will like it more when you leave than when you came if you're not a huge fan.
Most definitely.
I love it. I love the atmosphere to it because, the artists are there. They mingle around. I mean, it's just a cool event. You got all the campers and people there, jam sessions everywhere. It really is cool.
You will find you'll gravitate towards somebody that you really like the music and the stories that their music tells, and then you'll be hooked on them. Like you'll follow them, and you will go to see them later, and you will continue to fall in love with that music because it is contagious. I think, really.
Yeah, the Moron Brothers.
Do you like them?
Oh, I love the Moron Brothers.
All right. You like them, or you just like their name?
Both. And their songs, because they are kind of the Ray Stevens, Weird Al Yankovic of bluegrass music.
Yeah.
Their songs are, they've got one song called It's a Booger of a Problem That I Got. It's great. It's like, all right, so it's a booger of a problem that I got. If my nose was running money, but it's snot.
But it's snot.
Not. I'd buy you a Cadillac or a new Mercedes too. If my nose was running money, honey, I'd blow it all on you.
Gotta love that.
That is songwriting genius.
I mean, that is worth going out to the Bluegrass Festival. You can find stuff just like that everywhere.
Yeah, I love those songs like that, which, by the way, quick plug, Lyrics and Laughs tomorrow, episode 76 drops, and we are covering Ray Stevens' The Streak.
Oh my gosh. I don't even want, I can only imagine the antics that were involved in that.
No streaking. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Quad goals.
Jay Hobbs, back to the food thing because we love food. Cheeseburger with the skirt, delicious. Yes.
Wicked eyed. Yeah.
Gavin got that one time. He just got the cheeseburger when they bring it out. You know, the cheese is hanging off the plate. Yeah.
Yes. I recommend that to people that are coming in to visit and eating downtown. It's one of the things. It's one of the top things that I tell people about because I think it is so super cool and delicious.
Yeah, I like burnt cheese.
I do too.
Like the cheese crusties when you do a grilled cheese or quesadilla, the cheese crusties.
Same.
They come to me.
But I'm that way with roasted vegetables. I'm that way with popcorn. I'm that way with a lot of things. Like I like burnt ends of barbecue. Like I like char.
I do too. It's all about it. Let's see. JR, don't look, Ethel. Yeah, that's part of that. Morgan says Reagan is excited for this episode. You should be.
Right.
It's a whole lot better than that train wreck of episode 75. We had to take a week off after that one just because it was a train wreck.
Fun.
You have those.
Yep.
So, and then Kim says the song makes her laugh. Yeah, it does. It's just.
Well, you ain't heard nothing yet, Kim.
It is great. All right. So besides the Vine Grove Bluegrass Festival happening.
Yes.
And then Friday night, the Green Space concert, the Emerald Cathedral Amphitheater concert is Saturday during the day is the Hills and Hollers Music Fest, which is happening at the Hardin County Fairgrounds.
At the fairgrounds. Yes.
Gates open at 10:30. Music starts at noon and it's going to go until about midnight. They're going to have different like vendors there with different wares, but of course, food vendors will be there. There's
very fun.
It's take your own chair. It's kind of festival seating, so you'll need to do that. But everything from Dallas Moore, who's a national touring artist, Mudbone and the Ruckus, the Andy Brasher Band, Kevin Jaggers will be there.
That's a great mix.
Yeah, Miles Apart, Casey and Romy, Sarah McClendon or Sadie McClendon. So it's a good lineup of people. So
fun.
And you can get ticket information. There are VIP tickets for sale, and you can get ticket information at Kentucky'sHeartland.com on the community calendar. You can find it all right there.
Very fun.
I think it's $25 for general admission and $10 parking per car. So,
but that's for the whole thing. It's for the you can go early, stay late. That's for the whole day.
Yeah, should be fun. So that's going on, and then Rocktoberfest that snuck up on me.
Downtown.
Figured that out earlier in the week, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't realize that. But yeah, Rocktoberfest, which that's a big to do for the Hardin County AM Rotary Club.
It is. So it's a fundraiser for them, and it's in the Quince lot this time. So you can park anywhere downtown, right? And then just come on over to the lot, which is kind of behind the Justice Center, but it's wide open space, perfect for the event like this. That event is actually free, but they'll be selling drinks and food and all that jazz.
And I think
it starts in the evening.
Yeah, it's at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Is Forging the Fable. Great band. Love those guys. They go on stage at 5, and then the Remedies hit the stage at 7, and they're going to do like a 3-hour set. So from 7 to 11.
If you've never heard the Remedies, and they have some local ties, like they have members of the band that are from here, and I have actually heard them before, and they are so good. They're a cover band, and they can do it all. Like literally, you will hear a little bit of everything if you are down for.
So what do they really focus on though? Is it like 80s music?
They're great at 80s music.
I figure with the Remedies that would be.
Yes. And I'm telling you, they put their own little unique spin to every song. So it's songs, but it's done in a very fun and creative way. And they're just wonderful, wonderful people. And they love our community. And so I think it'll be a great night.
Yep. And then so the Quince lot, is it the one behind the Justice Center, or is it the one in between like Main Street and the Justice Center parking lot?
That's a trick question. Yes, just go there. You'll see.
That area is close enough.
Yes.
Park in the strawberry lot.
Yes.
Behind BBT. That's a good spot.
Yes, that's perfect.
So, okay, I just that Quince lot has snuck up on me. I'm not familiar with that one.
It's a great setup for a concert. There's just so much space. Again, if you can, a lot of people just kind of hang out. They kind of walk around, but I think you bring your chair. It's concrete, so bring your chair. If you want to sit around for a while, you can bring a blanket if you want to. There's also like curbs and different levels of kind of parking lot. It's perfect for it, really. It'll be fun.
Yeah. So getting caught up, Brian Dennis says that's what brick oven pizza is so good. It's the char. Yeah, the char makes that.
Agreed.
That's my next purchase, I think, is a brick oven or one of those ovens. Like the
my
Oni.
husband wishes that was his. Yes.
Yeah, because my buddy Tom has one, and then my friend Kenny has one too. But we've been over to Tom's a couple of times, and that's usually the go-to is that. And man, that's good pizza.
So good. Hey, I need you to mute your mic and cough like 6 times.
I can't get it out. It's sinus stuff.
You need to scald your throat and cough.
And it's been that way because one, I have done a lot of voice stuff this week.
Yeah.
And I've already done 2 radio shows this morning and a voice thing. And so it's already gotten tired today.
You're making my throat hurt. I'm just saying.
What happened with it, and here's the all honest thing. I lost it during the Titans game Sunday.
Oh.
We were
watching. Now the truth comes out.
Well,
you were acting like a banana fan watching that game, screaming.
Oh, I covered every bit of fandom in that game. From the beginning of we couldn't beat a high school team to at the very end. That's what did it in. Derrick Henry going off in the second half. That's what did it in.
That's what did it in. All right. Well, that's almost an excusable frog throat. That's almost better than sinuses. Sinuses is like the default, reason. Yeah. I like it when there's a specific event that causes you to sound like a frog.
Well, the sinuses are the part of the problem. Now, and I know better than the yelling part. From doing radio for years, you don't want this when you're doing when you're doing shows. Nobody really wants to completely hear you sounding like it. Because one, it sounds like I need to cough or get phlegm out of my throat. There's nothing there. It's just dry. It's just...
It's more irritating than normal, actually.
And that's saying a lot. That's a huge accomplishment. Thanks, Jana. That is welcome. One of the nicest things I think you've ever said to me. Yeah, JR, it was a great comeback. It really was. Yeah. And it was I'm hoping that propels the Titans into great things. Now we play the Colts.
Close games this weekend, all across the board, college and professional.
NFL numbers are way up this year.
Listen, so did you watch the Louisville game?
Another reason probably why my voice is a little screechy.
Can we just for a moment talk about, so first of all, it was on Friday night, which is like, so everyone's watching, not that everyone doesn't like to watch them anyway. I get that. I know where I live. I know the fan base around here, but when you're the Friday night game and you're the underdog and you win like that, drop the mic.
Now,
anyway,
early
sorry,
on,
I had to give the mention.
Same event timeline for me during the Friday night game.
Yes.
We couldn't beat a high school team. And then in the second half, it's just like, what? So that's, again, part of the problem.
Yep.
Friday night, which Jennifer was up in Indiana working on the birthday party and stuff. So it was just Daisy and I sitting on the couch watching the game. And then when we threw that interception late in the game, I thought it sealed it for them to win.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I've got to get up early and be in Greensburg really, really early. I'm going to bed. Daisy was snuggled up on my feet and so warm. I said, you know what? I'll just let it play out. I don't want to move her yet. And then when the Cards got that pick and then ran it back, Daisy was not at my feet. I'm not sure I didn't kick her 6 feet in the air.
She was on the other side of the bar. So listen, this is a true story. We had gone to Bardstown at the football game. We had come back. We were sitting at the high school waiting on Will to get there, listening to it, watching it on my little phone. We were sitting in the parking lot at the high school when all that went down. And I looked around, I was like, are there other people in this parking lot doing what but most of the kids drive because they're high. I mean, Will's one of the youngest ones, but anyway, and that's how so we had to go back and watch like the replay to get like the full, cause we were watching it on a little screen and listening to the replay, but it was really fun.
It was a great game. It was a great win for them. So hopefully they play Florida State, and that gives us a good lead in. I wrote down the college games on Saturday too. Louisville is at Florida State, who's really struggling this year. Oh my gosh.
During the day, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. 3:30 kickoff for that one. And then Kentucky is at South Carolina. First road game for the Cats. They play at 7:00. And then there is a big game in Bowling Green.
Yes, there is.
Massive game in Bowling Green for Western Kentucky. I don't know if it's the biggest game there at their LT Field or what, but
probably.
They play Indiana at home, 8:00 Saturday night.
How in the world? I'm going to have to do some serious planning of my weekend. I need to start right now when I get off this show and start putting the puzzle pieces together of how I'm going to spend the next 4 days of my life.
You know, I've been trying to put that puzzle together for me for about 3 days now. So here's how the weekend goes for me. We have 2 events and we are spread completely out. My business partner and his wife are unavailable this weekend.
So you're a one-man show.
So we have 2 timers. One going to Lebanon for the Pokey Pig 5K for Ham Days, which is a massive 5K.
Fun.
Saturday morning for me, I will be in Bowling Green at the Hot Rods Ballpark. We have a 24-hour ultra race inside the Bowling Green Hot Rods Ballpark. Each loop.
Oh, I remember you talking about this. Okay.
Excuse me. Each loop is like 0.3 of a mile long. Okay. That's it. So to go 100 miles, which some of them will have the goal, that's over 300 laps around that thing.
Wow. So
then the Bowling Green Hot Rods made the playoffs. They were going to have a home game. Then they weren't. Then they were. Then they weren't. Rain delay, rain cancellation in Greensboro for their first game. So pushes it to Saturday. So now they have a game at home Saturday night during the middle of our race.
Wow.
Which also there's a festival in downtown Bowling Green and Western Kentucky and Indiana play all in the heart of downtown Bowling Green. That doesn't sound like a crazy mess.
Won't be able to start with a stick. Hey, can I ask you about laps around the stadium? Do you do all your laps the same direction? No.
Good question. So in ultra running, when you do short laps or, you know, if it's half mile loop or whatever, if you run in the same direction, that's a lot of tension on one side, whether it's your left hip or your right hip.
That's exactly why I'm asking.
So I think the goal is every 3 hours, we're going to rotate the runners.
Okay.
And they will go the other direction.
Okay.
And so then
that makes me feel a little bit better because I was going to be worried about those poor people.
Little change of scenery for them too.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting how that goes.
But I bet that's hard. You have to run backwards for 3 hours and then you run forward. No, I'm kidding.
I needed my rim shot. But I will tell you something I did not know until last night, and I've got to do more research on it. And I'm actually going to contact him because I want to know the backstory to it. So, you know, we are limited to 50 runners for this event because, you know, we didn't know what to expect this first year because you're only running on the 0.3 of a mile loop. How crowded would it be? So we said, no, we're only going to do 50 runners. Not going to make a lot of money because you are renting a ballpark for 24 hours. That's not cheap.
Right.
But some of the participants, we have a guy that is running this event that is 77 years old.
Wow.
We have another guy running this event that is 81 years old. And as of yesterday, we had a guy sign up from Illinois who is 86 years old and is doing a 24-hour ultra event.
Please, please, I need to know the story.
Now, we don't normally see that age in runners doing elite ultra events.
Yes.
But what I think is happening is these are 0.3 of a mile loops. So you're not doing a 5-mile loop or a 3-mile loop. It's 0.3 of a mile. So you're not too far away from water or nutrition or taking a break.
It's more contained, control of the elements a little bit more.
It's not a trail.
3 typos.
I looked at the birth dates.
Oh, wow.
I'm impressed by that. And I want to know more, and I'm going to dig into that. So I'm excited to find out about it, and I'll report back on what that is. Cause
oh yeah.
I mean, ultra running is becoming a big thing. People are really getting into that, and they like the distance runs, but they also like the runs that are on time, whether it's 8-hour, 12-hour, 24-hour. But this whole real short course thing is somewhat unique and new too, and people seem to be liking that. So
I think that's fun.
But yeah, back up a minute. Brian Dennis mentioned this. So Brian, not only is they got the golf scramble, and then they're doing the event on Friday night with Green Space, but Saturday morning, Grace Heartland Church is doing their Grace Unleashed event where they go out in the community and do these service projects they've set up.
Yes.
But Brian is also going to be at Rocktoberfest Saturday night.
Brian, he might be, you need to sneak in a nap, buddy.
Brian, you need to quit trying to be like me.
He's a superhero.
Say no. I haven't done it yet, but say no.
He's not very good at that.
Yeah. As you know, we went long talking about events, which is great, but I did want to talk about one thing on that's happening in the world, and that is shortages of product.
Yes.
So we're getting closer to the Christmas season, right?
Oh my goodness. What am I not going to be able to get? Nobody listen. I'm the only one that can hear this.
So the next things that are going to be way more expensive, thanks to the ongoing global supply chain mess, Christmas trees and Christmas decorations.
That's all right. I'm covered there. Already got it.
I think we're covered too. We have enough trees. We can make it work.
Oh, I'm covered. But listen, I'm not surprised, because I would think that maybe other things that were more pressing took precedent in the production realm, maybe, because if you think about it, even though I might disagree, that Christmas decorations aren't really high on the necessity list, perhaps. And so if there was a choice between, masks or trees, masks probably won, but who knows why. But I'm good there. I may even have one to spare if anybody gets in a serious lurch. Call me.
Save that, put it on Marketplace, make a lot of money off of it. But some of the large sellers of artificial trees say they are increasing their prices by 25% or more this season due to hikes as much as 500% in shipping costs.
Wow.
And I was seeing
less people working, less drivers, longer to get there. I mean, it makes sense.
I saw this this global shipping story where, they're pulling ships that are in the boneyard out.
Yeah.
To put them back into service because there's so much money right now in the shipping business. If you can get going with that. So if we all want to put our money together and do I
was going to say,
you guys can send me the cat. We'll start. We're going to need a few millions,
and some bacon to eat on the way.
Right. And we're going to need
some bourbon to drink when we get home.
We're going to need a captain.
We're going to need a captain, a first mate.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple of stowaways to make it interesting.
Yeah.
So I've seen Outer Banks. We're going to need a John B.
So it is going to be John. One of the guys on Outer Banks was at the Titans game a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
That was one of our shows that we watched when during shutdown, and then so when another season came back out, we felt obligated and I thought it was good. I liked it.
I got bits and pieces of it because that was one that Jennifer watched that she didn't let me get committed to because she knows I can't commit to an entire series. And so the next thing you know,
mess up her watching pattern.
Exactly. So there were some nights that she's watching it, and then I would ask a couple of questions, and then I would get interested in that little subplot. And then when that was over with, I was pretty much done.
So listen, Mitch and I were watching this show the other night where it was it's like it was an older season of a show. And so we watched like 2 of them. Well, I was tired. I needed to go to bed. And I was like, I don't think I can watch another one. Like, I'm going to bed. And he goes, well, I'm going to go ahead. All right, go on. I'm going to watch a few more. And I was like, I looked at him like, you're crazy. And I go, well, that's okay, because you're going to have to watch them twice, because you can't, if you watch them without me, I don't want you to tell me about it. I don't want you to tell me what happens. And I don't want to know. And so he jokingly said the next day that he had watched 3 more, but he didn't.
Yeah, lapse of judgment there from Mitch. I mean,
he was just kidding.
Mitch is one of my worldly heroes, and that was a lapse of judgment for me. He probably
you can't be doing that.
No,
you
can't roll like that. That ain't gonna happen.
No.
Well, look, we've given you plenty of things to do over the weekend, whether you decide to do it or not. That is all we can do for you.
You have a choice to make. That's what I tell my kids.
And the choice of yours, whether it is going to one of the many high school football games that are happening, whether it is driving to Bowling Green on Saturday. I mean, you know what? If you want to drive to South Carolina or Florida, okay. But you've got concert on Friday night, Green Space concert there. Saturday, Rocktoberfest. You've got Hills and Hollers. You got the Vine Grove Bluegrass Festival.
We're
it's
everywhere.
All you. It's on rest on Sunday, watching NFL football.
We're the center of the universe this weekend.
Lately it seems like we have been a lot. There's a lot
going on.
Yeah,
love it.
For last year, we couldn't talk about anything.
I know, right?
Now we've got a chance to talk about everything, so that's good.
All our friends are coming to town.
All right, well. Jana, it's always fun.
I know, in some way.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for Bacon in Your Mailbox for Thursday, September 23rd. Show number 127.
Amazing.
That's Jana Clark.
It's me.
I'm Greg Milby.
That's him.
And this has been Bacon in Your Mailbox. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, y'all.